the Holistic's Guide to Self-Care, where I will be teaching you how to take care of your mind, body, and spirit all in one. Who am I? Well, I'm Veronica Baron. I'm a photographer, designer. I am going to be now a YouTuber, I guess. And I am in high school. I am a senior, and I'm an aspiring naturopathic doctor. So how did I get into holistic health, you might be wondering? Well, I have correlating issues with my mental and physical health. Whenever I was younger, I was obese, and it caused a lot of issues on my body, but a lot of it was because of how depressed I was whenever I was younger. I suffered with a lot of neglect in my household whenever I was younger because my parents weren't happy themselves. It caused me to spiral into depression at probably the age of 8 years old. I developed binge eating disorder whenever I was around 10 years old. I would sneak downstairs and I would eat a lot of food when I was younger, which overall led me to being quote-unquote obese. My school would send me letters saying that I was overweight and obese and that I should really limit my sugar intake. And at the age of 12 years old, the doctor told me that I was borderline type 2 diabetes and told me that if I didn't limit my sugar intake, it could cut years off of my life. And it could also just overall cause diabetes, and I was on the borderline of having it. I have obviously struggled with my health because I would eat refined sugars and carbs, which would obviously cause depression because I would feel guilty for eating it, or I would use it to cope instead of actually talking out my feelings at such a young age. I suffer from a very hypoactive thyroid, which means that sometimes I can easily hold on to weight and I can't easily lose weight, but I have overall fixed that the past few months, focusing on what I put in my body, which has helped my thyroid. I also suffer from eczema, and I am lactose intolerant, and that's been a huge part of my health because I used to just eat dairy, cheese, and everything, not thinking about how I'd mentally feel depressed because of the dairy, because it just made me feel like crap. I suffered with food sensitivities my whole life, and I would eat a lot of refined carbs, and I would just drink so many sugary drinks whenever I was younger. Like, I don't remember drinking water until probably last year. Like, I didn't drink it. The only time I did drink it was during my softball games and during marching band. So as far as physical, I did suffer with a lot of sensitivities because of I would gorge myself with these things that were not meant to be stuck in my stomach, and I also suffered from constipation at a young age. As far as mental disorders, I suffer from depression, anxiety, PTSD, trauma, had bulimia. I suffer from eating disorders. A lot of it is because of what I've been put through, and a lot of it is genetic. You may be asking why and what is holistic health. The definition of holistic health is caring about the whole person. It is providing for your physical, mental, spiritual, and social needs. All aspects coincide with each other and affect your overall health. So basically, the key word of holistic is holism, and is whole. So you got to think about your whole body. So your mental, your spiritual, and your physical all connect with each other because of this holistic aspect. There is scientific evidence that your body is all connected, and that your mental affects your physical and your physical affects your mental. Stress and anxiety can very well cause unbalance and sickness in your body. So recently with coronavirus and everything, a lot of us have been stressed, and this can cause us to even overeat and binge, which can overall make you feel guilty and hate yourself and hate your body. But also, if you don't eat the correct foods, all of your hormones in your body will be out of balance because you're not getting the correct vitamins and minerals that your body needs to function. So you're going to feel stressed just because of that hormone imbalance, along with your cortisol levels, which we'll get into in the next video. Because our mind and body influence the health of each other, it's very important to take care of one and take care of the other. It's not, when you go to a doctor, Western civilization doctor, which is America, they're gonna focus on healing that one issue you have rather than seeing where this is stemming from. So if someone is having frequent headaches or migraines, they're gonna prescribe medication instead of being like, okay, let's examine how much water you intake and also your diet. Because a lot of times with migraines, it can be because you're dehydrated, but doctors will never be like, oh, maybe it's because you have an electrolyte imbalance from not drinking enough water. But that's something holistic medicine does focus on. It does focus on stepping back and thinking, okay, so I have this sickness and pain in my body. Can this be a cause of how much sugar I'm intaking? For example, heart disease. Like, heart disease is something that's not very curable now. It can be, and they do prescribe a lot of medications for it, but it is developed because of your diet for the most part. What you eat can change your blood pressure and affect your blood pressure, can also affect your blood sugars, leading to type 2 diabetes, which is self-induced rather than genetically induced. We have all of these factors that overall can affect your health, and that's because of what you eat. So if you're eating refined carbs and sugars, which we'll get into in another episode, then that's going to cause a lot of your illnesses, because your body doesn't want that much sugar and doesn't want those additives. Your body wants whole grains, it wants whole fruits, it wants whole vegetables, it wants water, it doesn't want soda, it doesn't want potato chips. If we're going to think about how emotionally, how what we do literally affects our emotions and our physical, whenever you're with a significant other, there's proven facts that if you're with them, you'll sleep better. And why is that? That's because of the serotonin in your body is being released, and that can help you sleep better, can help you give you better rest. It will relieve those headaches and migraines, because your serotonin is higher and your body is properly functioning whenever you have those people around you. Being with a significant other or friends and family can reduce your blood pressure because you're emotionally happy. So that's just showing that your mental can really affect how your body functions, and how your body functions can really affect how you think and how you feel. So your body and your mind influence each other, and they also influence your spirit. Your spirit is almost like your energy force. So everything that you do is because of energy. Food we put in our body is literally the building blocks of life. It's literally our energy source. So if you think about the food and just those building blocks, that's going to be how much energy you're putting out. So if you're eating bad food, you're going to feel bad, because that is what is giving your body the energy. So if you're not giving it the correct things to have those vitamins that your body needs to function, you're not going to function properly. So whenever it comes to the spirit, that is something that's deeper. So that, like I was saying, that is your overall energy level. So the spirit is something that's so much deeper than what you think. It is your true self, and for us to fuel our spirit, we do have to fuel our body and mind correctly. Holistic health overall is about preventing rather than masking. So in Western civilization, doctors will prescribe you a medication that will mask the pain. So let's think about opiates or pain reducers or painkillers, fever reducers. That's all going to mask that pain. It's not going to completely get rid of that from your body. It's not going to get rid of those toxins. It's not going to get rid of that thing and pain you've developed. It's just masking it. But what holistic health does is it steps back. We eat and we take care of our body to prevent that from happening. So for me personally, I drink a lot of water because I can suffer from headaches when I am dehydrated. So to prevent those headaches from happening and to prevent those migraines from occurring, I'll drink a lot of water. And the food I eat also does a lot. If I eat dairy, my stomach's gonna hurt. So to prevent my stomach from hurting and to prevent myself from literally being on my bed sick the rest of the night, I don't eat dairy. And another thing would be refined sugars. Refined sugars are addictive. So once I start eating refined sugars, it's hard to stop. To prevent myself from getting sick later on in the night, I won't eat as much refined sugars. Like every now and then it's good for you, but to eat that every day, it's going to take a toll on your health, and it's going to limit your energy. So the root word holistic is from holism, which was made in 1926 by John Christian Smith. Holistic wasn't used till the 1970s. It's more of a medicinal term now, so that wasn't really developed until then, but we had an idea of holism 50 years prior. So as far as your diet, that's what you eat, your exercise, you need to make sure you get enough exercise or your body's not going to function properly, because our ancestors would run and they would walk and they wouldn't be stuck on their phones all the time. So you need to think about, what are we meant to do? We are meant to exercise. We are meant to run. We are meant to walk. We are meant to fish. We are meant to hike. So like behavior and attitude are a big part. So if you have a bad mindset, you're gonna have a bad life. If you have a good mindset, your life may be crap, like your environment may be really bad, but having a good mindset opens the possibilities of good coming to you, because if you put good out, it's going to come back in. Relationships are a big part of it. So if you're in toxic relationships, focusing on getting out of them is a part of holistic health, because that's literally taking care of your mind, which will overall affect your physical. Like, I don't know about you, but whenever I am sitting all day, I don't feel good because my body physically wants to exercise, and my head hurts because I'm mentally exhausted. Especially whenever I do online school, I'm mentally exhausted from looking at a screen all day because my head is constantly thinking about certain things. It's in one place whenever our minds aren't supposed to be sitting in one place. Holistic health is more than healthcare. It is a lifestyle change. It is a way of living. What holistic health can do for you is increase your longevity. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't care, like I take sugar over a long life. But honestly, the way you die whenever you die from those things like heart disease is not the way I would want to go. Like, do you want to die in pain? No. I want to live long, even though the world may be the way it is right now. I still know I have a deeper purpose, and I know I want to see my kids get married. I know I want to see them grow up, and the way you eat is going to limit, if you can see that, it's going to limit even if you can have kids. It affects your reproductive system as well. We have to look at ourselves as a whole self. We are physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And holistic health is an approach to life, and basically that's where I'm going to help you get started. Is we're going to change your approach to life, and we're not going to look into refined sugars and carbs, and we're not going to be miserable. We're going to have a different mindset. We're going to eat healthy. We're going to drink water. We're going to take care of ourselves, because that's what holistic health is.
Yeah, that's not water.
I'm cutting the soda. Where do we start? So, right now the American diet is basically based upon convenience. Do you ever reach for that bag of chips because you are too lazy to actually cut up vegetables? Do you ever go for the candy in the gas station because it's easier than eating a salad? Do you ever go for that breakfast sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts because it's easier than making a sandwich yourself? Yeah, we're here for convenience, and we're becoming lazy. Our ancestors used to hunt and used to gather. They did not drive through the Dunkin' Donuts. They did not drive through the McDonald's and pick up food that was pre-processed and made with additives to make you addicted to those carbs. Like, those additives are gonna affect your health, and they can lead to cancer. So instead of eating these convenient foods that Americans have been eating, it starts with you. And here's what you can do. You can start by eating whole foods, because that's what your body deserves. Your body deserves clean fruits and vegetables, clean grains. Your body does not want those false sugars that are made in labs, because our ancestors did not eat those. How long has it been?
19 minutes and 59 seconds.
19 minutes?
20 minutes.
So if we eat whole foods, we can help ourselves prevent the possibility of ourselves getting diabetes, obesity, and many other diseases such as heart disease. Reason for heart disease is because of the way that we eat now. I would say 50 years ago, there wasn't as many fast food chains and convenient food packaging as there is now, and additives weren't okay to put in your food, but now they're okay to put in our food because everyone wants the food to last months. But in reality, it shouldn't last months, because that's not what it's naturally doing. Basically, whole foods will not only correctly fuel your body, but it'll also heal your body. Because right now, if you're eating refined sugars all day, and you're eating potato chips, and you're drinking soda, and you're drinking drinks with 40 grams of sugar every day, your body's not going to be able to properly fuel itself in the long run, and you're going to die from heart disease, or you're going to die from obesity, because your body, you may be young now, but your body's not going to be able to catch up in the long run. Because I know a majority of the people watching this may be from ages, 10 to 30 to 40. Your body's doing decent now, but in 20 to 30, even 10 years from now, it's going to catch up and it's going to hurt. And that's why I think what we can do right now is prevent it by eating whole foods, by eating organic foods. Death rates have increased over the past 3 years, and honestly, our parents are living longer than we will. And that's saying something, that we're probably going to live 10 years younger than how old our parents are going to live, because of what we eat, and because we have attained to just being on our phones all day rather than going outside and playing like our parents did. And that's something we need to get back into. What we need to start with is eating for health rather than pleasure, and rather for, let's say you're depressed, don't eat when you're depressed. Think about why you're depressed and try to solve the problem when you are depressed instead of eating and covering it up and masking it with food. People think it's okay to eat, and people see people who are obese and think that it's not an addiction when it is. Eating too much food is an addiction, and it's just as dangerous as the opiate addiction is. It might not kill you as fast, but it will kill you harder in the long run. Here's some pros to holistic health if you're actually interested after watching this video. The big one is, right now, especially in society, since we're becoming aware of these obesity issues, weight loss management and weight management. So when you eat healthy, your body's gonna go to its healthy weight. And your healthy weight is basically where your body's meant to be. Right now, I don't think I'm personally at a healthy weight. I think I have a few more pounds to go, but I'm still pretty healthy. And that's because I've been eating correctly. And that's where you can start too. I have lost 30 to 40 pounds from changing my diet from eating refined sugars and carbs to eating whole foods. I eat a lot of avocado. So when you eat those whole foods, it's not only gonna help you lose weight, but you're gonna have energy. You're gonna be able to sleep better. You're not gonna feel like crap when you wake up in the morning. You're not gonna reach for those sugars because you didn't have them the day before. You're not addicted to it as much as you were before. Even though sugar is nice and makes you feel good, when you cut that addiction off, which is what weight loss is, you can feel better. And I think dieting is overall just, dieting should be frowned upon. I hate the word diet. Your diet is what you eat, yes, but culture has made diet to be you cutting out carbs, you water fasting, you having to weigh a certain amount because the Victoria's Secret angel weighs that amount. Like, dieting shouldn't be that. This should be a change in your lifestyle. Eating healthy doesn't have to be a diet change. And a lot of people end up yo-yo dieting because they cut those carbs out immediately. Our body still needs carbs, so that's why I think we can start with eating healthy, because that will help you manage your healthy weight. Another pro to holistic health is your mood. You will feel happier because you're eating better, and because you're eating better, you'll feel happier. So it just correlates with itself and it coincides. Another pro, like I said before, is sleep. You'll get so much sleep if you eat better, and you'll get so much sleep if you actually care about your mental health. You'll have more energy because you're fueling your body correctly. Also with your immune system because of our adrenal glands. Our adrenal glands, which I'll get into in the next episode, are a part of our HPA axis, which affects our immune system. So you'll see people who eat more carbs and more refined sugars and more additives and don't eat fruits, vegetables, and those things that are from the earth, the whole foods, they'll get sick easier. Don't you see that? Don't you see the people around you who eat pizza all day? They get sick. They will be sick in bed for 2 weeks because their body does not have those vitamins and minerals that it needs to have a healthy balance in your immune system, which overall helps you fight whatever illness comes into your body. Here's my challenge for you. If you're seriously interested in having a long life and being happy and healthy for the rest of your life rather than feeling sluggish all the time, and rather than feeling clunky and obese, start by what you put in your body. Start caring about what you put in your body. Stop eating out of pleasure and start eating to fuel your body and feel healthy. And if you join this challenge with me in the next few episodes, I will guide you along the way to becoming your best self. And there's nothing stopping you from being your best self. If you want to be on this planet, you might as well make it a good and happy journey for yourself. So, in the next episode, we will get into the HPA axis, which is where our gut and our brain coincide and help each other maintain the perfect balanced body. So I would like to say that I do have an Instagram along with another shop that I will be slowly growing over time. I currently do not have the resources right now to grow my shop to a complete because I don't have that many followers. I'd really appreciate it if you could go follow me on Instagram, The Holistics Guide to Self, veronicalbaron, and The Earthly Purpose, and check out my Depop, The Earthly Purpose trading company as well. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for next video.